Hey, it's the Terminian Hero here, and Rayman is done playing basketball with his body, so we can move on. But I hear a cage. There you are. Okay, well I knocked the plum down on accident, but I kinda need the plum to get to the... Or I can just break the cage by bouncing my shots off the wall. That works too. Thank you, Ludwig. It looks like that's all the cages. But yeah, we are continuing our way through the sanctuary of stone and fire. And we're missing Lum. Don't fall in the deep lava. Don't you do it. Don't fall into the liquidy stuff. No! Yeah, so this is kind of a cool area where you just get to ride down a lava fall on a plum. And it's tons of fun if you're not playing the PlayStation 2 version. Thankfully, we are playing the PlayStation 1 version. In the PlayStation 2 version, you have pretty much no control of where you're bouncing, and it sucks. Ow! Yeah, I don't know who thought that the plum physics in the PlayStation 2 version were okay. Because it legitimately makes it seem like this level is impossible. Thankfully, we don't have to deal with that in this LP. We'll just have to deal with it later. And hey, look at all those lumps that we're not gonna get right now. We could get some of them, but we'll worry about that later. So in other versions of the game, there was like a cage up here that you got into by going through a little tunnel further down the lava river. But we already have all the cages, so yeah, that's not in this version. Alright, got the lums on both paths there. It's nice that you can go backwards, but that wasn't good. Okay. Yeah, you can go backwards, but when you start falling into those holes, you're kind of out of luck. Which is to be expected, really. Yeah, that cave would have been right here, but it's not there in this version. And we've got some special octagon doorway. We'll remember that for later. And what is this? Well, we've seen this sphere before, so we know what to do with it. We haven't seen the pyramid it needs to go to, so let's just throw it on down. Now we've got fire that needs to be avoided. And I did not avoid it, nor did I successfully throw the orb to the next platform, so go me. Wow, I was pretty close to the edge. Not right on the edge, but pretty close. I still just barely threw that far enough. Maybe I shouldn't be as confident with myself here. Well, that one made it on a pretty good ways. But yeah, now we've got 2 flames instead of 1. And then down there, there's 2 of those weird dark blobby snake enemies instead of 1. And that purple lum there will take you back to the top if you didn't bring the sphere down. But we did bring the sphere down, so we can just ignore it. Get our checkpoint, get our health. Now this part makes no sense. So there's a plum down there, right? And we want to get the plum to us, so we hit it, bounce it off the wall, and it comes to us, right? And then for some reason doesn't bounce off this wall, because it wants us to step on that. So how do these physics work? You throw the orb straight up, punch away, and it comes straight back down onto where you are after you've moved. It's a bit strange. But hey, it works in the game, so I'll take that. Anyways, we're getting pretty close to where this orb's gotta go. Right in this room, actually. If we throw this onto there, Colossus, aka Umber's arm, will move, but nothing much else. If you look at the other side, you can see that there is a blue pyramid, so we need a blue sphere. And with that glitchy camera right there, I think I just saw it. Up on that platform on the left side of the screen. But we can't really get up there, so let's go the only way we can. Hey, look at this octagon-shaped doorway. What happens when we go through it? The octagon doorway we saw before turns and gives us a new doorway to go through. And we managed to get those lums that were by that hole. So we just need to go down this lava river again. And we can explore a new path, which should bring us to the blue orb. Okay, I apparently missed a lum there before, but it looks like it was a red lum. So this door just brings us right to the room we need to go to, I guess. It's kind of a shame there's nothing else you have to do, but whatever. Let's just collect our last few lums. And now we can do the final orb. And this guy, if you remember, he is our ally. And he will help us go across the lava river here. I mentioned that it's not really clear whether or not he's your ally in the other versions of the game. Alright, he's in position, and there's a purple lum now to help me get up. But yeah, I mentioned that it's not clear that he's your ally, because they don't have that cutscene where they say he's your ally. And also, in the other versions, he does help you get across this lava, but he sinks into the lava at the end like he dies, so it's like he's helpful, but it's also like you defeated him. In this version, he doesn't sink, though. And there's a cutscene for saying goodbye, of course.
Thank you, Colossus.
It is an honor to serve a hero such as yourself. I have to warn you, a group of killers is hot on your trail. I have deciphered their auras. They're ninja henchmen.
Ninja henchmen?
They are very dangerous, but they have one weakness. Their hooks are heavy and difficult to use.
I'll find a way of turning this to my advantage. Thanks.
You're welcome, Rayman. Take care.
Alright. And thanks to ninjas, this level actually has a boss. Unlike in the other versions of the game where you just get this mask without fighting a boss. And it's kind of weird. Here we fight ninjas. The one PlayStation 1 exclusive boss. That's not to say it's the only PlayStation 1 exclusive boss sort of thing, because there is a boss later that has a PlayStation 1 exclusive phase, but it's not a PlayStation 1 exclusive boss. There are also a few other versions of the game that have exclusive bosses. Like the PlayStation 2 version has 3 exclusive bosses, and the Game Boy Color version has 2 bosses, both of which are the same boss. That's the only boss in the game, and it's unique to that game, because the Game Boy Color version is a 2D game. And I am getting destroyed by this guy. I wish I knew how to dodge him. He has so much health though, it's ridiculous. So, oh man, I would like to get some of those red lums. It'd be really nice. So since we've got a boss here, instead of just the end of the level, there's not a sneaky yellow lum hidden right here. Oh my gosh. Well, I got my first game over. Thankfully, that just brings me to the start of the area, not the start of the level, which means I don't have to recollect anything or any of that crap. But man, how do you dodge this guy? I feel like dodging is the best way, but I feel like jumping is the best way to dodge. But if I do that, I won't be able to charge my shots, and this guy just has so much health. But yeah, so you can see what I'm doing. He does his arm attack, and then his hook gets stuck in the ground, and that's when he's weak. But man, he just attacks so fast, and he has so much health. It's a bit ridiculous. But if you just time your dodge, you can easily counter him just by turning around and punching. Or shooting, rather, because you don't really punch in this game. And yeah, it's really not too hard if you know what you're doing and you're willing to do it the long way. In that case, it's not hard, but as you saw before, it can be a bit tricky if you don't know what you're doing. And this guy likes to warp around. He thinks he's Goku or something. Goodbye. And that's it for ninjas.
You have found the second mask. Good, Rayman. You're getting closer to your goal. Just 2 more masks and I will awaken. Be careful. The rest of your quest will be even harder.
Yes, I want to save. That was a really long level. I would just like to point out that that level had over 1/10 of this game's total lums. Yeah, that's a long level. So, that's all for now. In the next video, we will unlock the next door to go for the 3rd mask. I'm the Terminian Hero, and I will see you then.